Hello, y'all. It's Mr. Gawreluk here, and I'm going to talk to you today about flash flooding. Now, you might not have thought a lot about flash flooding, and goodness knows I really hadn't thought about it much until I opened up my computer here and realized that this is what we're going to talk about in science today. The flash flooding, it's real. It's something that can be life-altering or life-threatening, and something that in certain parts of the country you really would have to worry about. If you're in an area that gets a lot of rain in a short period of time, if you're in an area that's very dry and then gets a lot of rain in a short period of time, you're all prone to flash flooding. If you're along a waterway, something that you get a lot of snow melt and it travels down to the lowest point and you're along that path to the lowest point, maybe on a yearly basis you experience flash flooding. Anyway, not only is the heavy rain something that we worry about, it's the things that come along with it. For example, very rarely do you get those rains that don't have special sounds or sights that come along with them. You're probably already thinking to yourself, Mr. G, just say it. Lightning and thunder. But no, I don't want to just say it yet. I want to make you think a little bit more about what I'm talking about. You know that thing in the air, that sound in the air that sounds like somebody's bowling upstairs. It goes or boom, or stuff like that. You know, those sounds that I just made that sound completely unlike what I'm trying to describe. Or how about when you see bright lights flashing in the sky that aren't neon or aren't because somebody flipped on a light switch? What do we call those things? Well, the first thing, I didn't know what to call it. So of course, what do you do when you don't know something? No, you don't Google it. You call 1-800-ASK-GARY. Anyway, I said, there's thunder, there's lightning. Those are things that are in the sky that often happens when it's raining, and you have to watch out for that. To lighten the mood a little bit, because I'm really serious right now, I just wanted to ask you a simple little question about what type of lightning likes to play sports? Ball lightning. I don't even know what that means. What type of cloud is so lazy that it'll never get up? Fog. What? These are not very good. What did the lightning bolt say to the other lightning bolt? You're shocking. So what I'm going to share with you today is a little video segment from Discovery Education about rainstorms and flash floods. And I'd like you to watch this, listen to it, learn something from it, and we'll talk more about it when the video's over. Here we go.
Hey, what are you guys doing? We're storming. Storming? Yes, I'm lightning, and he's thunder. Can I be a rainstorm?
Sure, you can be a rainstorm.
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back.
What do you think's going to happen?
All right, here I go.
A bucket.
Hey, that wasn't nice.
It wasn't nice.
But you said I could be a rainstorm. So I had to carry water from one place and spread it out somewhere else. Because of me, the flowers will grow, farm fields get watered, lakes get filled, and people who don't live near rivers can get clean water.
She had to take water from one place and spread it out in another. That's essentially what happens on the earth every single day. Water is taken from one place, and of course, the place that has the most water, our oceans, are having water taken from them every day. Clouds form, and they move that water somewhere else.
Well, I guess I was a little hot anyway from flashing around, and you did cool me off. Then you should thank me. Maybe not. Well, maybe then we could just be a team.
A team. We've been talking about teamwork.
Thunder come with heavy rain, and people.
Oh, hold on. Do you see that lightning bolt right there on the screen? That scares me. I'm scared. Somebody help me.
We'll call that thunderstorms. Okay, let me go get some more water. Here, everyone. Are we all ready?
Oh yeah, we're ready.
Let's go team! But this time, we'll just throw all the water in the same spot.
On the kid in the green.
Look, all the water just made a really big puddle fast. And some of the water is running down the hill. That's like a flood.
They're on a hill?
Right. A flood of water that happened in a flash. That's called a flash flood.
A flash flood.
It's when water from rainstorms can make deep water where the ground was dry. And it can make rivers rise and move faster. I can even see the twigs floating down the hill with the water. That's almost what I saw on TV last week. A river was flooding, and the water was moving so fast that it was carrying trees. That's a lot of water.
It's a lot of water.
I know that if flood water is strong enough to carry trees, then I should never try to walk through it or play around it.
No, you shouldn't.
That's a good idea. Water is really heavy. When it is deep and moving, it can even carry a car or truck off the road.
It can.
A lot of people forget how strong water is when it is moving.
If it can carry a truck, it can carry me. It could carry JJ. It could carry Greta. No, not me. Yeah, you, Greta. It could carry you. Oh, my goodness. It could carry all sorts of people. All at once, I bet. All at once.
And that's why kids and grown-ups get hurt in flash floods.
Scary. Well, knowing that there's certain places that are more prone to flash floods than others, even in Anoka, Minnesota, or around the country, around the world, do scientists use that information to be able to help make roads or bridges or other places work better? I bet they do. And those are things that you have to study ahead of time. You can't just sit there and say, I want a road right here. I want to put it there. It's going to be great. Today's a beautiful day. The road will fit perfectly right there. And boom, let's work on it. That's not how it works. You have to study these things. You have to see an example. What is it like in the winter there? What will the spring, what will happen in the spring when it starts to really rain and you get some floodwaters kind of pooled up? Are there low areas? Are there areas where the water really rushes fast towards, or is it all dry all the time? Those are things you need to know before you build, before you put houses in a different place, or, you name it. It's a hoverboard factory for Hootsie, or a water bottle factory for Izzy, or maybe, a doll factory like Greta for me, or whoever. So how can a community prevent a natural disaster? Well, obviously, the more the community knows about the land and things surrounding it, the better off it'll be. But planning ahead allows them to, just like anybody, kind of keep you from dealing with the after effects of something that goes terribly wrong. In Anoka, for example, or in Champlain, you can't put the houses right down by the river. There's the river here. You can't put them right by it because the river goes up. And what time of year does the river typically go up? After snowmelt in the spring. Yeah, that's going to rise. If you put a house right next to the river, it's going to get flooded out every year. You can't do that. Those are things you have to think about. So that's how a community can prevent those types of disasters, because that would be a disaster. Little baby Colton going around, cruising around on the carpet, and all of a sudden there's water underneath them, and mom's got to yell at Colton for leaving the water on in the bathroom, but really it's just the Mississippi River coming up. That's not good. So those are things you all want to be aware of. Remember, water wants to go to the lowest point. And when water wants to go to the lowest point, it'll all pool up and then rise together. Rise of the water. All right. Thank you for watching this. I hope you learned a little something about rainstorms and flash floods and how they work. This is part 2 of a 2-part video series. Thanks again.